Yeah, yeah. It's massive. Hey guys, in today's video I want to talk to you about Pulsar Massive. This is a massive passive plugin emulation. I have a massive passive in my rack. I am quite familiar with its sound. Now I'm really happy that I can use something similar to my hardware on multiple tracks. Because this is a plugin, I can have as many instances as I want. Before diving into the video, I want to let you know that I will have a giveaway, 2 licenses of Massive from Pulsar. You have the link in the description. Now let's get into the session. I have a cool track called Touch. It sounds like this.
Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's up.
I wanna test it out and see how it sounds in more of a 2-bus mastering context. This is the interface. I have to admit that I really like how this plugin looks, and that's because it has 2 things that for me personally are really helpful: the curve and a spectrum analyzer. If I play with the track, you can see this beautiful spectrum analyzer, and you can see that we have the curve when we move the gain.
I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company?
Great 2 features. You can also hide the spectrum and the curve if you are more of a feel type guy, or you can have just the spectrum. This looks more like your typical parametric EQ, and you have the controls right here. Really simple and really easy to use. I like using the full potential of the GUI. Also, the interface is resizable. Big plus again, you can have it like this, or you can make it bigger. Below the spectrum analyzer and the curve, we have the EQ controls. We have the left and the right, and we have the center section with the drive, gain, an auto gain, low pass, high pass. Plus we have 2 options for the transformers. The first option is the original emulated one, and the second one I believe is something a bit less harsh. We can use the plugin in mid side. We can have the channels unlinked. A cool feature is that you can rename the bands. We can call this bass. Each band has its bypass. Each band can be a shelf or a bell. Then we have a bypass for channel 1 and a bypass for channel 2. This is cool if you have the plugin in mid side. You can bypass the EQ just on the sides or just on the mid section. 4 different bands with gain, bandwidth and frequency. The power of Massive is that all the bands can interact with each other in really interesting way. For example, you can have all the bands in a shelf, adding a shelf here, adding a shelf here, and you can see the curve you can create by using shelves. Also, by changing the bandwidth, you can achieve some really interesting sounding results. This is what I like about the hardware too. It interacts in a really different way from your traditional EQ. For example, to achieve this curve with your typical parametric EQ, you have to use lots of EQ points. We also have a couple of presets. Enough talking, it's time to hear the Massive in action. I will have it in left-right, like I've said, on the 2-bus. Let's start playing with it.
Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know, I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs, I know. I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, fucking you, keeping you company. Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs, I know. I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, fucking you, keeping you company. Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs, I know. I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, fucking you, keeping you company. Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs, I know. I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me.
You can see how gentle this EQ sounds. It's warm, it's focused. This is not your surgical EQ. This is more of a tonal EQ. This is something to add character. In this track, I feel that the vocals can come more upfront. We can find the vocal range around 1K to 3K, and we can add a boost there.
When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, fucking you, keeping you company. Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs, I know.
You can see how easy it is to change the shape, the tone of a track. I believe it's much better to do this exact move in mid side, have the boost just on the mid section, because that's where the vocal is.
I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me.
Another cool thing is that you can monitor, for example, the sides. You can hear that we have a bit of low end on the sides. We can address that by just using the high pass. And we can add some air on the sides. Let's see, and remove some of the mud. You can see how deep we can go with the high shelf.
You up under me. Tell me who you got, fucking you.
Let's drive the sides a bit more.
You keeping you company. Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs, I know. I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know, I know.
This already sounds beautiful as a 2-bass EQ. I also believe that Massive can sound amazing on the vocals. I have this instance inserted on the vocal bus.
Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me.
And just with the filters, the vocals already sound much better because we have some sizzling top end that's pretty annoying in this context.
Who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know, I know, I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know, I know, I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know, I know, I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know, I know, I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company?
You can see what type of interesting curve I can achieve with the interaction of the bands. I have two shelves, one at 10K, one at 5K. I'm boosting with one, the one at 5K, and I'm cutting with the one at 10K. This type of EQ curve can bring your vocals to life.
Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know, I know, I know. Tell me what I gotta do to bring you back to me. When it's over and I don't have you up under me. Tell me who you got, can you keeping you company? Well, maybe I drank just a little too much. The time we spent just wasn't enough. Alone on the road, now I'm missing your touch. Looking for a way out, lost in them drugs. I know.
You can see the power of the Massive in this short video. I highly recommend checking this plugin out because it's great for mastering, great on vocals, great on the two bass to mix into it. One of the EQs that I reach when it comes to gentle tonal changes. Quick reminder about the giveaway, link in the description. 2 licenses of Massive. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thanks for the support. Subscribe, like, Instagram. See you guys really soon. Cheers.